Halloween is a time of games, of mischief, of fancy dress, of pulling pranks, and having fun. But where does this come from? When we think of North America and its connections with Halloween, it's not surprising that many people think that North America is where Halloween comes from in the first instance. But Halloween is much older than that. And one of the most fantastic things to learn about and understand in Irish culture, Irish history, and the ways in which people lived here in Ireland is to recognize how important Iahauen, or Halloween, was celebrated here on this island. And it goes back for a long, long time, and generations can have a sense of belonging to what this festival is at the end of the harvest, in the autumn, towards the end of the year. And the most important day to them was Samhain. It was a time when this world and the other world are veiled. We have the other world, we have the world of the dead, and we have the natural world, the world of the living. One of the most amazing, wonderful things about Ireland is its early literature. The literature that was written in Irish, the earliest vernacular writing within Europe, outside of Latin. And it is within these tales, within this mythology, that we gain our sense and understanding of the importance of this time of year, of going from the lightness into the darkness, what kind of attributes this time of the year had. So from the earliest literature written on this island, the demarcation and the importance for this time of year was well recognized and deeply recorded, and a major factor in a number of the tales in understanding how Irish society worked. So that is going back from the early medieval period. When we think of Halloween now here in Ireland in the 21st century, we don't need to kind of confine ourselves to the ways in which Halloween has been celebrated in the past. But there are elements and there are echoes and there are aspects to it that I would argue still have a really strong contribution to life, community, celebrations today. Was the explanation given for fancy dress. And quite often with Halloween, it is this sense that you don't want any being from the other world to recognize you, to see you. So you take this new persona, this new disguise. But of course, fancy dress allows you to take part in the activities. It allows you to be something that you are not in your ordinary life. And when we think about it, this sense of fancy dress begins at Halloween in Ireland, but continues on into the winter. So the connections with fancy dress with Halloween, we can see with the Irish mumming at Christmas and the Ramboys for St. Stephen's Day, following on into Bridget's Day. As a folklorist who has studied these traditions for years and has really enjoyed seeing what they did for communities in the past, how they brought people together, how they allowed people to be a little bit mischievous. And the festival is a wonderful space for this. And we have places like the Puka Festival up in County Meath, in Trim and surrounding areas, and up in Derry, the northern part of the island, and has made it into something that others from around Ireland and abroad and further afield can come together and celebrate and raise a glass and prepare themselves for the darkness that we are about to enter as we prepare for the winter months following on after Halloween.